Welcome back, guys. We are currently playing the game known as Spiral Knights. And in Spiral Knights, we are currently doing quests to, oh, I got new equipment from that. Let's see. I got a robo wrench. Better than the basic sword I was wielding. I have a cap, which increases the damage of my gun. I think I'll take that. And a vital suit, which increases my health by 1. So, equipping this, I should see an extra health bar appear out there. Yep. And sure enough, I did. Fantastic. We have 2 rarities. That's nice. Materials we don't need to have open. We'll just close all of this. I'm not going to be too concerned about my character's costume. So, yeah. Welcome to the Daily Dose, by the way. This is the newest series of the Daily Dose. This is Spiral Knights, a game that you can pick up on Steam. It's free to play. It does have microtransactions, though I think the microtransactions are fairly modest. And, I hope everyone's going to enjoy what they see. This is a game that you can play with up to, I think it's 4 players per dungeon. And this game is very reminiscent of playing, like, The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords is definitely the game that comes to mind when I played this game. Right now, they're just showing if you hit a crystal that's touching another crystal of the same color, it destroys all the crystals, but not the crystals that are a different color. So I have to hit both of these buttons. Got some robots to fight, and of course, they gave me a weapon that deals extra damage to robots, because they knew that they were going to have me fight robots. And they also have me teamed up with this guy, this NPC here. This NPC, as you can see, has a fancy schmancy gun. It's almost, I have this hand pistol, he almost has like a shotgun. Like, it looks like it's got a revolving clip, but I think it actually has a bunch of barrels that shoot all at the same time. So he's got like a really cool weapon. So that's a whole lot of explosives around us. What is going on? Uh-oh. Hey, I remember you. Thought you could just walk away with the artifact, did you? Hand it over now, or I'll light the fuse and turn you into a million tiny smoldering bits. Looks like we've got no choice, Professor Herb. This gizmo isn't worth dying over. Alright, he gave it to this kobold. Perfect. I'll keep the artifact and burn you to the ground all the same. What a jerk face. It's a good thing I had my immune to giant explosions suit on, so obviously I've gone through that completely unscathed. So this is telling us that we can use that dash ability, and that dash ability will actually not only move us forward, but also get around things like that fire, which is nice. So, yet again, they have me using this wrench they gave me because the game knows what it's doing. It knows that I'm going to be fighting a bunch of robots, and so they gave me an item that is designed to fight robots. So I'm going to use it. It wasn't an accident, as you'd imagine. Getting rid of that removes all of the boxes it's connected to. We actually saw that before, that mechanic before, but I didn't really bring it to note. Ow. You can't jump through that fire. There's also status conditions, like in many of these games the ultimate goal is, or the ultimate design means that there's going to be different elements to choose from. So there's like fire. Fire burns you over time. You take damage, and on top of taking damage, it makes it so you have. Oh, we want to go this way. On top of taking damage, it makes it so your character has a chance. Get this: if you're burning, there's a chance when you use an item that the item that you're holding gets burned in the process, so you lose the item you're holding. So essentially, you want to be careful about using items while you're on fire. And secondly, this is gated off, so no going that way. Then it does damage. Then there's shock, which deals damage as well, just like fire. This artifact is mine. You miserable knights will never have its power. I'll just destroy you myself. Anyway, I swear to God, these guys look like rat people. But someone said that he thinks they're not kobolds, but gnolls. Like, he thinks that they look like I guess like hyenas, which I always associate with gnolls. Alright, so this guy is not a robot, so we'll just shoot him to death. And also use these whenever possible, because those do nice amounts of damage. Oh, see, he actually caught me on fire. So now if I were to use an item, I have a chance of the item burning in the process, so I don't want to use items while I'm on fire. Electric, on top of dealing damage over time, also makes you flinch every time you take the damage. So it's also like a temporary stun. It's pretty annoying, but very good. Then there's poison, which poison doesn't give you a debuff, at least not all poison. Not the poison status itself. There are some things that do poison that also hurt you, but the normal poison element doesn't hurt you. It just makes it so you can't heal, which is kind of important because the game does have NPCs out there who are entirely designed around like being healers. And so being poisoned sucks in the way that, you know, you any damage you take isn't going away because you can't heal it. And then lastly, there's ice, and ice makes it so you can't move. And by you can't move, I mean you can't even turn around. Whatever direction you are facing is the direction you're going to stay facing. However, you can, though you have to stay facing that way, you can still attack if there's something in range, in reach. So it could be worse, but it's also it's very good against the monsters. Like, making it so they can't move or even turn around makes it, you know, it's a really good status condition. I genuinely like the freezing status condition. So, oh, and none of the status conditions, you can be affected by multiple status conditions, except for burning and frozen. You can't be on fire while also frozen to the ground. So I think he just gave me a bomb. So in my inventory, yeah, I now have a bomb, which I'm going to replace the sword with. I'm going to have a bomb and a gun. And let's see. We're going to not increase the power of the swords because I don't plan on using them anymore. I'm going to try my best to increase the power of my gun. Ooh, it double leveled up. Acquired. Achieved level 4. So it skipped over level 3 and went straight to level 4. Very nice. We're going to try to, Yeah, that increases the power of my gun. I actually want to level that up. Yep, skipped over level 2 and went straight to level 3. Let's drink that. This one's the one we got. We're just going to use 1 on it. If I get anything, great. If I don't, too bad. I acquired level 3. Fantastic. And the shield, I have to use it. Sure, why not? Put 3 in there. And it comes back. Acquired level 3, and it got a heat bonus. Very nice. And yet again, that heat bonus is like a increased experience gain. So this is how you use bombs. Bombs, unlike every other weapon, where the other weapons have a charge that optional charge to shoot a big version of the attack, bombs only work if you fully charge them. So you have to keep that in mind when you're using them. Yeah, you better salute me. I'm holding a bomb over my head. I'm gonna drop the bomb. I will say this about bombs. They do not have friendly fire. So I can stand in my own explosion and it won't hurt me. So. And I think we're in Haven. Is that it? Yeah, we're done. We're done with the most rudimentary levels of the game, and we are now officially in the main town square hub. This is where most of the game is held for like a lobby. This is where everyone goes to officially play the game. This is the central hub. It has the auction house, it has the vendors, it has the alchemy centers, which are what you use to craft items. This is where the bulk of your non-questing will take place. Get energy and do amazing things. Got it. You have to actually hit down. Yeah, we'll just jump right into the next quest line. Assuming that was the right thing to do. And now we're just experiencing lovely loading screens. Oh, look how cute that thing is. These birds are weird because they fly by like by spinning their wings around themselves like a propeller. Sounds important. Yeah. So right now we just get a bunch of quests that are teaching me how to play the game. I actually already know all of these. So I didn't do this one. Oh no, I did do this. Okay. Yeah, alright. So I got the recipe of how to make a firebomb, which I might do. Although, I think there's a quest that gets you one, but whatever. These are all just, I'm just trying to skip through all these micromanaging quests, and then once I'm done with all of these, maybe I'll do another dungeon. This is just telling me where I can purchase things, what each of the merchants sell. It's basically showing me around town. One of the guys that I'll probably spend a lot of time talking to is this guy here, because he sells recipes that I can use to buy increased armor and such. Ooh. Skelly suit recipe. It's a 2-star. Look, that suit of armor looks pretty cool, actually. I have to admit, I like the skull motif. It almost looks like what Garrosh Hellscream is wearing in World of Warcraft. There's the rapier that I mentioned. I know. Are you selling any bombs? You're selling the the cold snap recipe. I'm not too interested in buying the cold snap bomb. So I think that these change every day, the recipes that he sells. I don't think he always sells the same thing. Because when I was playing a different character, he did not sell this suit of armor, and he did not have the cold snap bomb for me to purchase. So that's kind of cool that that changes. Alright, and now let me show you how this works. Oh, right now it just allows me to change these things into these. I don't want to do that. I don't want that recipe. Or I don't want to use that recipe. It allows me to... I have these materials, or rarities. Yeah, here we go. Dim fires are for leveling up your 1-star items. Yeah, so there's a star rating to everything. As you can see, above the floating sword icon, you see like those highlighted blue stars. You can have those be filled in, and when they do, that means that all of the items that I'm wielding are 0 stars. See right here, 0 stars. The cracked fire crystals are for upping those levels, where the dim fire crystals are for upgrading 1-star items. And this is just allowing me to transmog my 1-star upgraders into 0-star upgraders. So I don't want to do that. I can also go to this guy and purchase both the cracked and the dim fires for the in-game currency known as crowns. Right now I have 237 crowns and I have 617 energy. Yet again, that energy is from a $5 purchase that I made in 2014. So it's been in there for a while. I can also go to this guy and I could buy a bomb, but I don't plan on doing that. So we're going to move on to our next quest. We're just finishing up these this one's actually a dungeon, so is that one. So I think that'll do it for this episode, guys. You will see me next episode. I will have a different bomb. I'm probably going to go on my other character and build a better explosive than the 0-star the game gave me. And yeah, I'm going to see you next time on another episode of the Daily Dose, now featuring this handsome devil. Yeah. I hope to see you guys later on the Daily Dose. Peace out, guys.